This is Danny Easy D Dorman and the best of 5 easy questions. Only on 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio. Brought to you by Star Jam Entertainment, recording artist Krita, and 5 easy questions. With a little help from my friends at Polo, Ralph Lauren, and Nike. So, on the count of 3, here we go. They used to call me Easy D, Easy D, Easy D. And this is 5 easy questions.
Okay, I'm going to stand up and give you a twirl.
Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. Pinoy pride. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I have something to add to that.
They used to call me Easy D, Easy D, Easy D.
This is Danny Easy D Dorman, 5 easy questions. Today's guest, I normally have a nice little list of accomplishments and whatnot. This person, I know. I consider them one of my stepkids, grandkids, whatever adjective you'd like. Most people know him as a internationally renowned chef. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Chef Neslson.
Spots, I'm honored to be here. Finally, right? Finally, we make this happen.
Well, you had a couple of things happen in between the times we were setting it up, and we're going to talk about them.
Absolutely. A lot more blessings came this way,
Dude, let me tell you, I believe I have that down as question 4. So I'll start with the easy one. Your journey from living in New York to becoming not just a superstar chef, but an owner of now 3, restaurants. I know there are hoity-toity names for some of them. I'll just go with them as restaurants. So,
yeah.
What was your journey, man?
Oh man, definitely a long one. Been in this industry 27 years. Been a chef. Just made that extra year, but it's been such a long, blessed, hard journey. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of hardships, but always pulled through. Ran through all these obstacles as just a Black chef. But it's a blessing to think about how I started to where I'm at now. And I was walking around Mesquite yesterday, it's my newest restaurant in San Francisco, and just walking around, seeing people eat, not having to be stuck in the kitchen was kind of full circle moment for me, right? Just like able to enjoy my business, enjoy just watching people eat my food and experience the ambiance and everything, all the vibes. It just felt really special. And to think about, I get to actually leave a little early, because I'm usually one of the first ones in, last ones out. But this time left early to spend time with the wife and of course my baby boy, Mason, became brand new dad a couple months ago. So it's such a true blessing. I was in Washington Heights, actually, my old neighborhood a couple weeks ago. Oh. And I got to walk baby Mason around and where I grew up and where my first school, where I was born. And to think about that journey was really special.
Oh, man. Going to taking your child through your old neighborhood. My kids are afraid to go through my neighborhood. So. But that's a conversation for another day. Now, question 2. You're in the show Top Chef.
Yes.
And you injured yourself.
Yes.
I believe you're winning. I won't say you were sabotaged. Someone kicked your legs under you. I'm not going to say that, but you're
yeah.
So I'll infer whatever I want. But what was the process of even getting on the show? It's a multi-part question. The process of getting on the show, what, if any, initial rules you had to follow? And what was it like behind the scenes? For example, when they give the testimonials, everything's sequenced.
Yeah.
They give you that little, what do you want to call it? Suspense.
Yes.
But, for all I know, they could have just gave you a script and said, let's read this. So from your own mouth, how did that process go?
I got you, got you. Yeah, it was a huge honor to even be on the show and to actually be invited to be on the show. I didn't have to, apply. I was invited, which
Wow.
is felt awesome. But it was crazy because it was during the pandemic, right? The height of it, when they asked. So I didn't take it seriously at first. They had to call me a couple times
Hmm.
because we're all grinding that time and just like trying to survive in our businesses and trying to survive life, honestly, because how to be healthy and with people dying everywhere was crazy times. But they called and called and called. Finally, I pick up again. And I'm like, okay, if they keep calling, this must be real. Let me survive. And they mentioned some names too, other chefs I know. I got the approval from them that it's real, and it was it. And then had to go through a bunch of interviews, had to do kind of a virtual tasting per se, just kind of show more of my signature dishes, because during COVID we couldn't be around each other as much, and I went through, and it's kind of going back to the journey, right? To from all the restaurants that I worked at, to everything I've learned, to watching the show on TV growing up, and to get that call and finally know it was real was like my heart dropped like in a positive way. Like I just knew that wow, this has been a crazy time and crazy journey for me. Like to think about just being quiet in the kitchen, not saying a word, just cooking, long hours, the sacrifices, because in this industry you sacrifice a lot when you're in it and you're in it to rise up and make it a career, not just a job.
Mhm.
There's times that you don't spend with your family that you lose, spend time with friends that you lose because you're so busy and you're working too many hours. Um, that point when I got that call and made it on the show was like, wow, this was it was worth it, and my friends tell me that same all the time. But that call made it on, and then just walking on the show and seeing that big sign and seeing that this is really real, like butterflies all over the place, like it was amazing. But the process is crazy because it's such a big production, right? We see it from the show and we see every week and different things happening, but it's a long process. About 2 months we're out, just on there and away from our families and our businesses during that time, which is crazy, right?
Right.
It was even further down the height of the pandemic in the fall of 2020 when we filmed in Portland. And we're not just dealing with COVID, we're dealing with the fires that were worse in California,
Right.
um, dealing with the unrest with the Floyd protesting and all that. And Portland doesn't play. Like they protest like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Sorry for the cursing.
Oh no, that's all right. Yeah, that's all right. I only worry about it for my mother because
Gotcha.
but it's all good. It's all
Sorry,
good.
Mom. But yeah, just like it was crazy to be on there, be happy, be blessed. But the crazier part was that we don't know what's going on in the world outside of where we are
Oh,
because they take away your phone. There's no TV. There's nothing that you can bring that you can keep in your room.
wow.
What only the things they give you, which is an empty book that you can write your recipes and all that. So you have to basically memorize all your signature dishes, all your recipes, because you go on the show kind of planning what you want to do,
Right.
right? Because you're watching the show for so many years, you're like, okay, this might be the competition we're in, but there's always twists to everything.
Right.
For example, the quickfire kitchen, which we're actually cooking every episode in, right?
Right.
Do the quick fires. You see all the produce and everything kind of immaculate all the time. I'm thinking it's going to be in the same place every time. So I'm already planning for the next competition, but they switch it up all the time too. So where the plantains might be one day, is going to be another place where the plantains will be. The spices might be in other aisles, whatever, and it might not even be the same spices. So it's always a twist to everything. You think you're in control, but you're never really in control. And plus, they're hearing everything you're saying.
Right.
There's radios and things everywhere. So the back end, like behind the scenes, is crazy. It's again a big production. It's more than a competition, more than just a TV show. It's a huge production where they have 125 employees to create this small show on TV, and there's eyes and ears everywhere.
Well, speaking of things that are in one area and then one day they're in another, I believe that's where the infamous "you hurt yourself" Because they
Yes,
had you
yes.
climbing over mountains, digging ditches, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, it was those orchards. The orchards challenge. That's when it happened. I was wearing Crocs and I was running because, I'm watching all the other chefs run. We had to hustle, look good for TV.
Right.
But I'm wearing Crocs and they were harvesting and didn't tell anybody. So there was holes everywhere. So we're running, trying to get these apples, just looking up, looking cameras around us, and we're hitting these holes. I know Byron also, my friend, he got hurt. I just got hurt the worst. It just became worse and worse. And I think it's just from recurrent injuries in the past. I was one of the kind of surprising one of the older competitors on the show. I was 40.
Dude, you're barely in your 30s.
Yes.
And you're the old. Okay. All right.
At the time, they got other.
All right. I'm
younger
sorry
folks
for
on there.
interrupting. Go ahead, old man. Go ahead and finish the story.
You see how funny Sergeant Gary swaps? It's crazy. But yeah, I was, after grinding so many years, your body ain't the same, and it really showed me when I hit those holes. I wasn't the same young cat, young chef, but it was kind of a blessing because I had more experience and I was ready to be on the show.
Right.
If I would have gotten to be on the show when I was a lot younger, it might not be the same feeling, or I might be just more inexperienced and not do the right things. But going back to testimonials, those are real, and that happens on a separate day. As you see, everything kind of usually lines up
Right.
in what you're saying and what you're watching. So of course, not happening at the same time.
Right.
So you kind of know what happened, and you have to go back to everything. But there's multiple questions they ask you, because sometimes you forget even what you did or what you said. So they kind of remind you, and you have to go through step by step.
Oh, okay. Like I said, I knew there was more to it than that.
Yeah. But when I hit those knees, I tweaked it, and it got worse and worse every episode I was in, every day. It was just, constantly walking, the constant stress and pressure. It just kind of combined into my knees, and the pain was crazy.
Well, considering you're there 2 months, and I don't know if it was 8 episodes, 10 episodes, but you were there 2 months. If I recall, the injury happened early on. So
Yeah.
when it became worse and worse, I don't remember which episode they broadcasted it, if it was the first or the second. But I honestly, the 2 months, yeah. And I don't know if they allowed hospital people to come in, or they just gave you 2 Tylenol and said, tough it out.
kind of partially that, yes. It was just kind of like letting it go. And again, when everything starts, we're full of adrenaline, right? That's
Right.
the chef life, right? We a lot of us go through pain already,
Right.
working long hours. We're on our feet all the time. We usually in pain, sleepless nights. So it's kind of the thing where you kind of tough it out in a way. But again, once you reach a certain age, you gotta start taking care of yourself. And for me, it was like, okay, I'm gonna keep going. This is not new for me. I'm always in pain in certain ways. It's just the chef life. But I think this is more because it's, again, your body's really telling you, after all these years of not resting and beating up on yourself, this is the time to finally rest. But you're in this amazing show. You're trying to win $250,000 for your family business. You're on national TV. You can't quit now. You got to keep going. So I kept going. Took, of course, painkillers here and there. Try to do a lot of the, ointments on the knees. But honestly, it's just the pressure of everything, and just you're always on your feet too, just like at a restaurant.
Right.
And of course, with the show too, because it's such a big production, people don't realize there's a lot of stopping and going. So these are long hours. These are like stretch out 14, 15 hours a day for filming. It's one small episode. There's a lot of, you're ready to cook, you're going to go, and then they stop everything and you have to wait for a couple hours here and there. But it's not like you're going back to your room to rest. You're there in a stew room, might be standing for hours. You might be able to sit down, but you're kind of in your head the whole time.
Mhm.
So there's constantly things going in your body and all this pressure and all this pain, like thinking, what am I going to do? Plus what's happening with my family and my business. Because what's different about our season is, again, going back to pandemic, we're in the height of it. So imagine they're taking away your phones, taking away TVs, there's no radio. You're away from your family and your business for so long. And during that time, a lot of people lost their businesses.
Right.
I had to close down Sobremesa because we opened 9 days before the first shutdown.
And
Just
I
like
was
that.
going to talk about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was yeah, it was so exciting. And
Yes.
of course, Kai was there
Yeah. Yeah.
and it was, I want to say it was a Thursday and then the world shut down Saturday.
hmm Absolutely did.
Yeah.
Absolutely did.
Yeah, but now I'm going to roll that actually into my next question because talk about Meskies. But
Yeah.
um, when you had um, Alomar, that was your first. Okay, I
Yeah.
know I would call it a restaurant. What would you call it?
No, Alomar is definitely a restaurant. Alomar is definitely a restaurant. It's that family-friendly neighborhood place. With Sobremesa, that's that sexy, sexy Afro-Latin cocktail lounge. That's partially restaurant because there is food, but it's more lounges, more bar focused. But yeah, Alomar was that's the first baby. Been open now 11 and a half years. It's now a full Dominican restaurant, so it's more celebrating lineage and family. But Sobre was that such big hype. When we opened, we were packed every night. It was crazy. It was always a party. And then this whole thing, the world shut down. At that time, we were all thinking, okay, it's only going to last 2 weeks. That's what they were saying, right?
Right,
But it just stretched out to months and months and months, almost a whole year. And then I go on the show, and I'm away.
and you're away.
Yeah.
Well, in that, actually, I forgot. I told you it was a multi-part question, so I
Yeah.
get out of jail free card. I'm OCD, man. I said it's 5 easy questions, not
It's all
six.
good, chef. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Pops.
Um, yeah, I know you're used to talking to your compadres. I'll take chef, but I can't cook. I can eat. Yeah,
That's
as
that
you know.
PTSD,
Yeah. But now going into you opened up Sobre and Mesky. You opened it up with some sports guy. You'll probably go into it more, but some sports guy.
Hell yeah.
And in a prestige area of the city. So the question is going to be along the same lines as Sobre and Alomar. Um, but we'll start with talk about Mesquite.
Gotcha. So Mesqui is my newest concept. It's a Dominican, Caribbean, Ethiopian restaurant. So it's a really beautiful, could call it fusion, but to me it's more than fusion because it's still celebrating Black food, right? I think my main thing in talking about Top Chef, the way I came out of that show is really more knowing more in tune of what kind of food I want to do from now on, where I want to go with my cooking. And for me, it's to celebrate our diaspora, to embrace my Blackness, embrace all of our Blackness, and really celebrate our motherland and all the countries that make us who we are. Whether you're from Dominican Republic, Cuba, Nigeria, Ghana, Ethiopia, we're all Black people. A lot of us came from one place and we've been, of course, shipped out in the past. So it's to celebrate this. We have the luxury and privilege to have this whole diaspora to celebrate and to kind of grab inspiration from, especially as Black chef. We're not, for all these years, we were just stereotype of doing certain kind of food, right? Whether you're doing Southern food, Southern style Creole, soul food, or barbecue. That was all that people knew us for or just thought we were doing. But
Right.
there's all these things that make us who we are. And as Black people, we have to celebrate that and really, embrace it. And as a chef, it's important for me to showcase that. And it's such a blessing for me. I'm the happiest I ever been in the kitchen, to cook Dominican food at one restaurant, to now celebrate my West African roots at another, and now to celebrate East Africa, but still combine my Caribbean heritage and to showcase that how all these ingredients, how our cultures are so intertwined, and it really showcases who we are as a people. I think that really unites us more when we think about the diaspora. Like we're bigger now, right? Instead of thinking about, oh, we're just Black community here in the States. No, we're all over the world, and we have to, and that makes us stronger than anybody, and than anything. So I think for me as a chef, as a food historian now, it's to showcase that in everything I do. So each restaurant represents something, and Meski is special because there's such a big community of Ethiopians out here and their food, but it's never been it's always been embraced because it's delicious, but you don't really see it much in publications and on TV being represented so many different things that are high level, right?
Right.
It was always those big European centric cuisines. Now it's shifting where you see a lot more of our food and a lot more things being representing black people, especially in music, in food. It's growing and growing. And for us, it was the right time to showcase this. And it's special because it's something that's never been done together,
Mhm.
but it makes so much sense when you eat the food and you see everything, the way everything melds, and you're like, it still brings some familiar kind of memories and moments to you. It's a special place, but it's definitely a vibe, Pops. Like when you go in there, it's 2 floors.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's part of that third question still.
It is a sexy, sexy place. It's not just about the food; it's everything twined, and that's one thing we wanted to celebrate. And we mentioned that sports star. It is Money Green, Draymond Green of Golden State Warriors, my business partner there. And we wanted to bring something special to San Francisco that hits you everywhere. The vibe is immaculate. The food is delicious. The drinks are inventive. You just feel special when you're there.
Honestly, dude, like I told you in my text, the next time I drive past Concord, leaving my house, I'm
I got
definitely
you.
going to go.
I got you.
The last part of that question, well, actually, it's going to be more of a statement that way again, my OCD. If you'd like to give the addresses of all three of your
Absolutely.
restaurants before we go into question 4,
Okay.
feel free.
Yeah. And that's something I need to be better at. Everybody always tells me, plug your businesses. I always mention the name and kind of what I'm going for in the story tell, but I need to mention addresses, need to mention websites. So I'm still learning as a business owner myself. I get overly excited talking about the story, but you got to check it out. Alomar is the first baby. It's now a full Dominican restaurant. It's the only Dominican restaurant in all the West Coast, which is crazy. We have them everywhere in the East Coast, but here we're the only ones. But it's 100 Grand Avenue in Oakland, California. It's uptown Oakland, coast of the lake. It's that place that really has brought a lot of us together. That's how we all met, right? At Alomar. It's a place that families come and new people, old people just kind of just get to know each other and become family. For me, a lot of my close friends out here in California were my regulars at Alomar. So is a cheers for a lot of people. But you got to go there for the sancocho, the whole snapper, the braised oxtail, which I'm known for. That's the spot. Next spot is Sobremesa, the sexy Afro-Latino cocktail lounge. That's on 17th and Franklin. So 17th Street and Franklin Ave Street. It's a beautiful, sexy place. You literally feel you're on vacation when you're there, while the colors and everything. So 16, 18 Franklin in Oakland. We represent the town always, town business. And now the new space, Meski, is in San Francisco. But think of it like this. We're bringing that town business, town flavor to San Francisco. So we always represent where we come from. Who gave me my first restaurant is town. So always be embedded to that.
Mm-hmm.
But we're bringing that over to San Francisco and doing sexy things. That's 1000 Larkin Street. It's on the corner of Larkin and Post. It's in the Lower Nob Hill area. You got to check it out. We have our own parking lot now. So there's parking, 2 floors, dining, more loungy downstairs. You'll see Draymond there a lot too, especially after winning games. You might see other people too. So it's that kind of who's who kind of place,
I figured Draymond would be there just for the free food. Hey, I own part of this, man.
Oh, and the vibes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And even just the other day, we had one of my favorite MCs, my all-time favorite hip hop star now who's growing, Krita. You got to check him out. We know who that is, right?
We know who that is. Let me tell you that, yes. And he's actually blowing up on my radio show, the one you listen to.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. www.kritta.com.
There you go.
All right. So question 4. Being a dad. I'm just going to throw out multi-part question again, because I'm sure I'm going to ask follow-up questions on this.
Yes.
But Your son, I believe you said 8 months old, right?
It's 9.5 now. 9.5 months.
9.5. Oh, that's right, because he's doing the crisscross walk, holding
Yes.
on to stuff.
Oh yeah.
Uh, it is, well, first part of the question is, are you taking enough video and or photos?
Oh,
I'm willing
absolutely.
to bet, I'm willing to bet the answer is no, but go ahead.
No, actually, the answer is yes. I take so many videos and photos of him. I'm so proud. Every time I mention him, I bring out the phone and show pictures, videos, even to people I just met. It's such a blessing. My wife and I have been waiting for this for a long time. Been married 14 years. We're actually in the hospital on our anniversary date,
Wow.
awaiting him. He was born on October 10th of last year. Yeah, it's changed my world. It's changed my world, my heart, my soul. That little boy has been everything to us, and even for me, as a chef, and always thinking about the restaurant and food. Now it's something more important to think about, and to always want to be able to leave early to go see. And that's such a blessing for me. It's changed everything, even the way I do business. Honestly, pops, like even like opening Mesky, it was ambitious because it just became a dad. But he's changed my mindset to like, okay, I can still live my dream, because my dream was always to open up different concepts, showcase different stories. And when I had him, I was like, I think this dream has to stop. I have to focus more on this, on my family. Nah, he's deep down, that little kind of boy. We have this universal language between us. He was like, come on, Poppy, you got to keep going. I'm here for you. I'm your legacy now. Keep doing you, keep living your dream, keep chasing your dream. And to me now is to invest in a team more than anything.
Right.
That's the most important thing for me now. Past the most beautiful plates, most beautiful plants and colors at a restaurant. Make sure that team is super strong, and you have people that you can really trust and know what they're doing, because that's going to make sure that you don't have to be here every hour, every minute. You can actually have time for your son and your family.
Right.
And it's been the most rewarding thing for me.
I have no doubt. And I'm going to give you a piece of advice.
Yes.
You need to warn your boy and any other children that you have silly things on tape. And
Mm.
when they grow up, you're going to pull them out the bullpen. And every time they try to embarrass you, boom, boom.
I
Oh,
got
you
you.
want to
I got
embarrass me? Boom. That's my kids.
I got you. I got you.
As a matter of fact, when my boys watch this part of it, they're going to
Yeah.
say, I know they're going to do this. I know they're going to do this. Man. So, last question. What advice would you give to the 20-year-old Nelson?
Advice I would give to 20-year-old Nelson: keep following your dreams, follow your heart, build and network more. 20 years old, I was still shy. I was a shy kid. Yes, I would love to party, my boys and all that, go out, make the town red. But it's like, it's within my industry, I was always really shy, never really spoke much. I was just into my cooking. I know now networking is really important. The people that you surround yourself with, in your industry, especially anywhere you want to go, it can build to more. It can build to more opportunities, meeting the right people. Just telling your story always. So for me, it's telling myself at that age, like, speak up a little more. Speak about what you feel, tell your story. But you're on the right path. Just network. Just meet new people, build on that, and surround yourself with the best.
And couldn't have said it better myself. And before I forget, remind Raymond he still owes me $20.
Will do.
Seats at the game doesn't have to be on the floor. I don't mind ceiling, Draymond. I
I
really
got you.
yeah, just remind him of that.
Will
So
do, Shots.
this has been so much fun. It really has been.
Absolutely.
It's been a blast. I'm glad we were finally able to meet up. Oh, and I just got that little 10-minute warning. So Zoom, I'm not paying, man. I'm keeping this free. You know, so
Absolutely.
uh, hug the wife, kiss the boy for me.
Will
Actually,
do.
and I apologize. Your son's name, I don't believe it's Junior.
No, no. It's a Mason Carlo Henman. And Mason is crazy because people finally are getting it now. It's May Nelson put together. Some
Okay.
people think it's May's son. Like
Yeah.
it's our names together. It just fit. It's one of the first names we thought of. Actually, my
Uh-huh.
wife did. And I
Uh-huh.
didn't like it at the beginning, but it just kind of stuck and it was like everyone was like, that's the one. Even Kai and Sam were like, that is the name. But it actually ties into my New York roots, hip hop, Mace. He went to my high school, but it's a perfect name. Her parents can, because Chinese can, pronounce it the right way.
Right.
My mom with her Latin accent can still say it the right way, and it just fits with him.
You know, I don't know if you know this or not, but before Ace was born and they were kicking around names, I said Sky, Sam and Kai.
Mm, gotcha.
I thought that was the, and then they said Ace, and I'm like, well, it's not my kid, so
Yeah, yeah.
but it fits him so well.
Absolutely.
And so uh, I apologize for forgetting the name. I'm
No,
glad
it's
I
all good,
forgot
man.
because then you explained where it came from.
Absolutely.
And that is fascinating. So, yes, give me a hug on my behalf. Remind Draymond about my $20.
Will do.
Kiss Mason for me. And I want to thank you, Chef. If there's anything else you want to promote, please feel free, man. This is my show, so feel free.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'll mention to your wonderful audience, I'm in the process, actually in the finishing process of finishing my book, my first book. It's going to be a cocktail and food book, telling my story growing up in the Heights and what I'm doing now in my journey. And the journey continues. It's not going to end. But I'm so excited and so blessed to finally say I'm going to have my own cookbook coming out soon next year, 2026. Look out for all these special events that we're doing at Sobremesa, at Alomar, at Mesquite. We're growing. We're excited for the new season. We're going to have a whole season of basketball and Mesquite being open. So you never know who you'll see there. But we just started brunch at Mesquite every Sunday, 11 to 3. It's exciting Afro jazz brunch. We're bringing back our bachata brunch to Alomar as our Dominican party on August 23rd from 11 to 3 also. You got to check that out. And then we have a beautiful, dope Afro R&B party at Sobremesa August 16th from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. Friday night. Come vibe with us, come party with us, come just live life with us. We love our community and we always celebrate that.
Man, let me tell you, formally invite me because my kid won't.
We'll do.
I know. I want it on tape, man. Come on, come on, come on.
We'll do. You invited, Pops.
There
Invited to
you
all 3
go.
parties.
There you go. Because my kid will say, now, this part he'll also go. But that's okay. Like I said, going back to those embarrassing moments, you get your revenge.
Yeah.
So again, my step/godson, I am so proud of you and your
Thank you.
successes. This has been Danny Easy D Dorman, 5 easy questions with my step godson, Nelson. Peace.
Peace.
And that's it, dude. Man, thank you, man. This was
Awesome,
a blast.
Pops. Yeah, that was awesome.
It was a
That was
blast.
dope.
What I'll do is I will download this onto Dropbox and send
Okay.
you a link so you can take
Perfect.
a raw because I got to cut it down to 15 minutes for the show.
Of course.
But usually the full version I also put up on YouTube. So,
Okay.
dude, if there's anything you want me to help promote, because on Facebook I have 5,300 people, and
Gotcha.
I have the radio show which reaches 1 million plus
Amazing.
on the world. Oh yeah, dude, I talk about blessed. So whatever I can do, man,
Okay, Pops. I'll take you up on that for sure.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go so you can go back to do your thing.
All right, Pops. Yeah, I gotta go pick up the baby.
Oh
Since I
man,
was nanny, so.
Get off this phone, man. All
All
right, dude. I'll talk to you, man.
right, boss. Appreciate you. Love you.
Love you too, man. Later.
Peace.